Hi, welcome to this channel on magnetic energy technology principles applications. This video is about the control factor formula. I'm warning you right now that this is so out there. This is way out there for me. And I have to explain something to you all about this whole area of free energy and magnetic technology and the experiences that people go through when they are basically getting this technology or developing it. And so we're not the only ones that have gone through these experiences. And a lot of times what happens is people have these extraordinary revelations or mystical experiences or divine revelations or experiences with beings and all of this stuff that ends up teaching them and giving them downloads of this information. And that's why people will often say this is like the technology of angels, because they've had these divine type of experiences where they've gotten these downloads of this information. Now, normally, if you get, like, say, the download or the information or the experience, like multiple experiences is what we've had, it may be like a particular unit or something, and you get this incredible amount of information, and then you can verify the veracity of it by slapping a unit together and seeing if it actually works the way you were told it would. And that's great when that happens, because you can, like, verify it, and woo, how exciting. But then there's other times when we were given information that we probably will not be able to verify, at least not with fairly advanced magnetic technology. And this is one of those times when we were given this information, and I feel like it's my responsibility trying to get this information out there and this model out there that we were essentially given, that I need to present this information because it was something that we were given very specifically, very concrete information, and I have absolutely no way of verifying it whatsoever, and at least not yet. So this control factor formula is, and I'll try to explain in my own words, there's more information on the website about it, but so it's like this. It's a molecular structure, if you want to call it, that governs the particle interchange. That governs the particle interchange process of our solar system. It may do other solar systems, I don't know, but all we know is that it was told for our solar system, and so it kind of governs this particle exchange that takes place in our solar system. So interdimensional particles coming into our reality. So this starts at a subatomic level. This is the foundation of our reality. And so this is partly why our entire solar system has been changing in the last, like, a couple decades or whatever, where other planets, not just the Earth, but other planets are heating up internally, or you'll see events taking place on other planets that haven't been documented really ever, but it's for a very long time. And so different things are happening in our solar system. So what I'm going to do is go through this formula just very quickly, very briefly, and then I'll discuss kind of the consequences or the impacts of it. So C, capital C, is the first letter of the formula, and it stands for not just light like in the Einsteinian model, but light that's source light beyond space and time. So this is like interdimensional light, and this is the energy from source that comes into our solar system, that essentially provides our solar system with the energy that it takes to exist, to have this physical reality as we know it. That now, and I'm only going to relay how we were given this information exactly. So that energy enters into our solar system to Jupiter, which they called the magnetic center of our solar system, and then the energy gets distributed from Jupiter. In this formula, Jupiter's is Z, so that's like a superscript of Z, and the 14 stands for a degree, an angular degree, that energy moves from Jupiter to our planet. So it's C minus 2. 2 is 2 planets away from Jupiter, which incidentally used to be 3 before the destruction of the planet that is now our asteroid belt. But that's for another topic. So C minus 2, now keep in mind this is just an explanatory formula to help us grasp kind of what's happening in the dynamics of the energy of our solar system. So C minus 2 plus 14Z, that's a 14-degree angular of energy units coming from Jupiter to the planet. So that ends up being a very large number, the Z, if you will, because it's an exponent, but it's also it's something that can be measured of interdimensional energy coming to our planet from Jupiter. And then that equals 710, which 710 is the units of combustible factors that are basically, these are a combination of earth, air, sound, speed, and light that make up our environment. So there's 700 distinct different combinations of those that then can have Y is the combustible factor of the element, so that you can have essentially an unending combination of those things in our environment to make up all of our physical reality. So the Y part of this equation is a very, very large number, because it's essentially all of these different combinations that you can have to make up like physical reality and the different combinations of matter and everything. So that's a very large number. Plus 409, which 409, just giving this out, is the number of elements that structure the universe. So there are 409 elements available in the universe now, in this physical universe. And so in our solar system and around our planet, we only use a portion of those, but all of those energetic templates or molecular structure templates are available at a higher dimension. So all 409 elements are available to us with the correct technology and consciousness, but they're available to us, and we will be accessing those when magnetic technology comes out. We will be accessing all 409 elements, supposedly, as we were told. And so the idea behind this is the first half of the formula is kind of like, people will say this is like heaven and earth. It's the upper and the lower, and they need to equal out the energy coming in and then what's manifested on our planet. And those things have to be equal in order for balance to be maintained in the system. Now, here comes the problem, and this is, I think, why we were given this specific information, was to help illustrate how serious the problem is. And we were specifically told that it is because of the contamination, the pollution, the manipulation in elements and electricity, because of these things, that these technologies that are currently on our planet, it is so difficult to get an accurate reading to even see where the numbers fall on this formula. So like the elemental numbers, for example, are way off because there are manipulated elements that are kind of entering into the system that don't match up any templates, and I've talked about this in other videos. And so those are throwing off the system. And then there's control factors, like combustible element control factors that are being influenced. It's basically like saying the earth, air, sound, speed, and light factors are being influenced and modified and changed at a resonant molecular level through like EMF technology and electrical fields and everything. So not only is the whole right hand side of the formula is being warped, if you will, and being thrown out of balance. Now the problem with that is, according to what we were told, is starting way down at like a subatomic level. When that is out of balance, the very foundation of our reality starts to come into question. It starts to initiate universal responses energetically that will push the system until it gains balance. And that's part of the whole thing that's happening with this pole shift cycle and this change that we're currently locked into on this planet and in this solar system, that this change in this energy has to be pushed through to where the system is corrected, and that formula is essentially balanced out once again, so that the system can go through normal cycles and go through all its normal, like it could be just normal types of changes or evolutionary progressions, cyclical changes, evolutionary changes, so all these things. But So this formula being out of balance is a top priority to fix from the higher dimensional point of view, if you will, or from if you want to say it, a higher guide point of view, an alien point of view, a divine being point of view, however you want to think about that. There are higher beings that are very much aware of the out of balance nature of what's happening in our solar system right now and how critical it is to get it back into balance. And so that's just to give you an idea and to put things in perspective. I am obligated to include this in these videos. And so if you have any questions, please send them in, and I will do my best to try to answer them. And yeah, and maybe hopefully someday we will have the technology where we can actually verify some of this and and prove that what we were told is actually true. So with that, I will see you next time.